So the 2 week wait is the time from when you've had your embryo transfer through to finding out whether your IVF has been successful. So when you take your pregnancy test, and a lot of people say this is the most stressful time of treatment because obviously you're waiting to find out if it's worked. You don't have as much contact with the clinic, so you're out on your own a little bit, and it can be quite stressful. And obviously people say don't focus on the fact that you've had your embryo transferred, but how are you not supposed to focus on it because it's such a huge thing? So it can be really tricky, and that's really normal. So what I would say is think about what works for you. So if you are the sort of person that will worry when you're off, who will think about it all the time, then maybe being in work might be the best thing so that you're slightly distracted. Or if you've got a really stressful job and you feel that actually to take time off would be better because then you can be completely relaxed, but you know you won't be Googling everything and worrying about every little thing. And think about what works for you, because that's what's most important. How can you make the most of the time? And that might be being in work and being distracted. It might be being off work and planning in lots of different things that are enjoyable. It might be being off work and sitting and doing absolutely nothing and watching box sets for 2 weeks. That's completely up to you, but think about the best way that you cope with things. Try and distract yourself as much as possible. I know it's really difficult, but things like box sets, things like reading books, maybe starting a new hobby or doing more of a hobby that you enjoy, making time for friends and family and planning in day trips, things like that, to keep yourself as distracted as possible. And I know it's impossible to completely be distracted, but think about what things help you stay distracted. I think this is definitely the best time to reduce your time on Google and social media. I think it's a perfect time to not have triggers, to not be Googling every symptom, which is really hard. You want to know what's going on, but it's likely to cause more worry. Going on social media is likely to be triggering for you, seeing things. And actually what you want is to just try and be as relaxed as possible, to not have triggers, not have reminders, and not be creating additional worry for yourself by Googling every symptom as well. So try and stay off Google as much as possible. It might help to write down how you're feeling, and this is something that people also enjoy looking back on afterwards as well. So journaling is really good for getting out your feelings, and if you're sat and you've got the time to do it, then maybe journaling, writing about how you're feeling, the worries you've got, things like that, so that you can start to get those off your chest and written down, so you don't have to share it with anybody. It can be just for you. Maybe do things for others. So this could be the perfect time to stay distracted by maybe doing the shopping for a loved one, or going to visit an elderly relative so that you can support them. Having to think about some of the things you could do for others to again help you stay distracted. It's good to focus on others, and it makes us feel good as well when we've done that. So it's something that will make you feel good about yourself while you've got this 2 weeks where you're very hyper focused on everything that's going on with your body, doing something for other people. If you are off, I'd say maybe keep to some sort of schedule so the days don't drag out really long. Keep to some sort of set schedule, plan things in so that you are doing something, and just so that you're not, again, totally focused on what's going on with your body and every little sign and symptom, because it can just be start a train of worry when you don't need that additional worry. Try and get as much rest as possible. Medically, you don't necessarily need to, but it might just be that for your own sake, getting more sleep and rest is just good for you and generally feeling better in yourself and health-wise. Have a think about some of the things that you really enjoy, that make you smile, and the people you see that make you smile, the things you really enjoy, so that you have 2 weeks rather than just being worried about what the test result will be, that you've got things you're enjoying, things you're looking forward to, things to make you smile and feel happy during those 2 weeks. It can feel like a long time when you're in it, I remember, and it can feel like a really long time. And then spend time as a couple. So again, you don't need to talk about treatment. You can talk about it if you feel that you want to talk about how you're feeling, how you think it might go, but just spend time as a couple. Enjoy that time where there's nothing happening treatment-wise. There's nothing else you can do to help treatment. So enjoy that time together where the pressure's off slightly, and just try and take that time. And the most important thing is think about what works for you. Don't think, oh, well, so-and-so did that and it worked, and so-and-so did that and it didn't work. It's really important to think about what works for you and what will help you get through that 2-week wait, and know that you've done what was best for you at the end of it.